Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Power Rangers Season 2, Episode 31 of my show, but this is about Episode 29 of Season 2, and Episode 29 in the original Power Rangers second season is known as Goldar's Vice Versa. But before I start talking about it, I just want to mention something very quickly. I'm sorry I didn't post any videos this past week. I would have posted one yesterday, but we had the staff Christmas party, the Rosing Christmas party at the hall here in St. Rose where I live. So that's why I wasn't able to post any videos yesterday for you guys. But I'm making it up for you now by recording and posting this one today. And I'll do the same process tomorrow. I just wanted to get that out of the way there. Now, getting into the actual episode. This is History of Power Rangers Season 2, Episode 31 of my show, but this is about Episode 29 of Season 2. And Episode 29 is, like I said, it's called Goldar's Vice Versa. And as I stated before, it's the first video that I'm doing, the first video for the first episode with the 3 new characters at the Rangers. So basically the way this episode starts off is Rocky and Adam are basically doing this sparring match in the youth center. Before I actually continue, I just want to mention something again. I should have mentioned this at the beginning as well. But remember, like I stated in my previous video that I did, every one of Zedd's plans after this was gonna mainly focus on one of the 3 new Rangers, and one of the 3 new yellow, black, and red Rangers. And in all honesty, the first 2 actually focus on Adam, and then the other couple episodes focus on I think it's the next one after that, it might focus on Rocky, and then the next one after that, next couple after that, it will be Aisha. I'm pretty sure. But I do know that the first 2 of Zedd's plans with the 3 new Rangers basically focus on Adam's character as the Black Ranger. I just wanted to get that out of the way very quickly. Anyway, like I said before I got off topic there, Adam and Rocky are doing their sparring match in the youth center for their karate, basically, and then Billy shows up, and then Rocky tells him he's kind of late, and then Billy basically apologizes to them about that. And he explains that, now this is the funny thing, the reason why he was late in the episode, as he states, is because he had a meeting with the Vice Versa dance committee in the episode. Now, I'm just going to get a little bit of technical information about that out of the way with this episode. And what I basically mean by technical information is, you know how with school dances work, where the guy has to ask the girl out to the date? Well, in this episode's case, the Vice Versa dancer does the exact opposite. That's basically, that's all I wanted to get out of the way. That's kind of the reason why it's called that. And then I just wanted to get that out of the way. Just a little minor segment there with the episode before I continued. Anyway, basically, after Rocky hears about that, he says that That's awesome because it's about time the girl's about to ask the guys to the dance. Oh my god, because it's the vice versa thing, so it's the exact opposite of what it usually is. Oh my god. Anyway, and then Billy asks Rocky who he's going with, and then apparently a girl named Jessica Peterson in the episode asked them, and then Billy basically says to Adam who he's going with, but he says that he doesn't think he is going because no one's asked him and he doesn't think anyone is going to. Oh my god. Oh, but before I actually continue, I just want to mention something very funny because this is going to lead into what's going to happen with Bulk. I'm just going to get off topic and explain a little bit of what's going to happen with Bulk and Skull's character. But for this episode specifically, for most of this episode, starting from the scene in the youth center where they are, they're going to be trying to hide from these two girls that are looking for them for the vice versa dance. And the reason why I mention that is because it's going to cause a bit of a funny ending and a funny middle part with Bulk and Skull because of, oh my god, I'm sorry, I just had to get that out of the way there. Oh my god. And then, now getting back into it with the Rangers, Rocky asks Adam who he's going with, and he says that he doesn't think he is going, and then they wonder why that is, like he wonders why that is, and then basically, Adam tells them that no one's asked him and he doesn't think anyone's going to, basically, and then Billy said to Adam to not be worried about it because no one's asked him to the dance either. Now that's a little, a tiny bit anticlimactic, and what I mean by that is after he says that, a little while after he says that, a girl shows up and wants to talk to him because she wants to ask him to the dance, basically. Oh my god, so that's kind of a little anticlimactic, because at the time when he said that, later on the girl showed up to ask him to the dance, and then he had a date to the dance, basically, so, I'm sorry, I just had to get a tiny, itsy-bitsy little piece of technical information out of the way there with the episode, because it was kind of funny. Oh my god, and then, now continuing with Bulk and Skull, they're in the youth center, and, then those two, they're sitting at their table, and then, basically that's when the two girls show up, and then, Skull starts freaking out, and they decide to start hiding from them. And he's trying to make an excuse about going to the detention room because they know how Principal Kaplan is and stuff. And then they get scared of the two girls, and then I can't remember, but it might be Rocky or Adam that asks them that question, where they're asking them what's wrong with them, and Bulk tells them that those two girls want to ask them to the dance. Oh my god. Oh my god. And that's gonna cause, and like I said, that's gonna cause a little bit of a funny plot line with Bulk and Skull at the end and in the middle segment of the episode. Now what I mean by the middle segment is is what's gonna happen in the school segment, and I'll get to that point, and then I just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyway, basically, what happens is they start running from the girls, and then that's when Billy comes back, and then Billy tells them that the girl that wanted to talk to him just asked him to the dance. And then Adam gets even more depressed about that because of the fact that he's the only one there without a date to the dance, because even Bulk and Skull are going if those girls ever catch them. And then basically, that's when he gets even more depressed about it, as I said. And then after that, what basically happens is then it goes into a scene where Zedd is, and then Zedd's like, "Oh, poor little Power Ranger. No date for the dance? Well, don't worry, Black Ranger. I've got the perfect girl for you." Now, basically what it means, I'm just gonna get off topic here. Remember what I said when one of the characters in the first season would be returning? Well, basically a lot of the characters from the first season were going to be returning in the second season, but only one of them was going to only appear once in the second season. Now, what I meant by that was the character that was Rita's friend Scorpina in the first season. She shows up in this episode as a human disguise, basically. I just wanted to get that little tiny segment out of the way with this episode. And then what basically happens is, then it goes to the scene where Adam is in the school, and then Aisha goes up to him and she tells him she's glad she caught him because has anyone asked him to for a date to the dance yet? And then he says no. But he probably thinks he'll just catch up on his reading there instead. I think he's said that because he's kind of depressed because no one's asked him to the dance yet, and he started making plans for something else to do the day of the dance. And then basically Aisha tells him that that not if she has anything to say about it. And then she mentions about one of the girls in the school, and then after that, I believe the name of the character that she mentions is Sarah. I only know the first name of the character in the show. I don't know the last name. It's not that I don't know, it's just I'm having a memory lapse. I have memory lapses from time to time. Anyway, after Adam starts saying some good things about her, and then Aisha tells Adam that she happens to know for a fact that she thinks he's cute, and then he is says that he's really he's not so sure about that, and then Aisha wants him that she's serious about it, and if he asks her to the dance, she'll probably say yes. And then that's when he says that he'll give it a shot. But that's also going to play a small part in Zedd's plan, because basically Zedd's plan for Adam for this episode is to basically kind of separate him from the other Rangers using Scorpina in a human disguise. I just wanted to get that little segment there out of the way. Anyway, so when he hears about what Adam's going to do, then he gets worried that his plan's not going to work, so he's like, if that human girl is allowed to ask the Black Ranger to the dance, my plan will be ruined. Goldar, get down there, you know what to do. And basically what he tells Goldar, by what he meant was, you know what to do, is he tells them to basically send down some putties to keep Adam distracted long enough so that he can't ask the girl to the date, which in this case, it kind of makes sense tactically, because if he can't ask her to the dance, then his plan's not ruined, and he can still get rid of him, in a sense, in this episode, I mean. And then basically then it goes to a scene where Adam is in the park, and then after that what basically happens is he's saying that there she is, and then he starts telling him some stuff to get him to calm down, where he's like, she's just a normal human being, a pretty smart, athletic female human being. And this is the part where Zedd's plan comes into action, because that's when the putties show up, and then Adam kind of gets a little annoyed by the putties showing up, and because he's like, oh, not now. So he starts fighting the putties, and then after he deals with them, he goes to check if she's still there. But she's not, which was sort of the reason why the putties were sent down in the first place. Because the whole reason they were sent down there was to keep him from getting the chance to ask the girl to the dance, therefore not ruining Zedd's plan in the process. And then he, as I said, he gets annoyed that she's not there anymore, and then Goldar then Zedd decides to send down Scorpina in a human disguise. And then it goes into a scene where Adam, Kimberly, and Aisha are in the youth center, and basically, Kimberly's saying that Lord Zedd had the worst timing ever. Oh my god. And then basically what happens is Adam said that it's basically probably too late now, because Sarah's probably gonna ask someone else to the dance, and he says that they try to cheer him up a little, and then they see a new girl in the youth center doing karate, which is basically, as I said, it's Scorpina in a human disguise, known as Sabrina. And basically, what basically happens is after that, after they see her, and they're wondering who she is, and that maybe she's a new transfer student or something. And then basically what happens is after that, after she's done the demonstration, she's introducing herself to, well, her human identity to Adam and the others, and then she tells Adam that she understands that he's one of the best martial artists at Angel Grove High, and then he was wondering if he could help her out, and then basically after that, Aisha starts getting a little skeptical of her, and rightfully so in this case, and basically, that's when Adam and Scorpina in her Sabrina disguise make this plan to go on a hike together, and then Aisha said that there's something she doesn't like about her, and then basically Adam's asking her to give her a chance. Why doesn't she come hiking with them tomorrow? It'll be a good chance for her to get to know her. And then basically she said that she'll give her a chance, and then Scorpina and Sabrina's disguise said that as long as his little friend doesn't get in the way, the plan should go perfectly. Now, about the plan segment, I just wanted to mention this segment of it, because when Zedd finds out about the second ranger, he's gonna be a little ecstatic about it. Anyway, it goes into a scene where Adam, Aisha, and Scorpina in the Sabrina disguise they're going on the hike, and then Sabrina is trying to get Adam alone, away from Aisha, and then Sabrina asks Adam why he brought her along, and then he explains that she's one of his best friends. He just wanted them to get along, and then she told Adam to not hold his breath about that, and then after that, as I stated, Zedd gets kind of a little ecstatic about seeing that there are two Rangers. Like, he's like, 2 Power Rangers! My plan is working better than I thought it would! Now, the reason why I said he was ecstatic about it was because originally he had just planned to capture Adam, but because of Aisha coming along, it kind of improved his plan a little bit. And then Goldar explains to his master that he'll use the two Rangers as bait to draw the others out. And then after that, basically what happens is Goldar shows up. Where Adam and Aisha and Sabrina are, and then Adam tries to tell Sabrina to take cover because he doesn't want her to come out until they tell her to. But then she goes over to where Goldar is, and then she says that basically she's thanking him, but she can take care of herself. And then she transforms into her real form, and then Adam is basically wondering who she is, and then she tells him her name is Scorpina, and she's his worst nightmare. And then basically, they try to morph, but Scorpina and Goldar manage to stop them and tie them up, and then, well, actually, before they start fighting, Aisha tells Scorpina that she knew there was something she didn't like about her, aside from her hair and her clothes, and then basically she says she's crushed, and then after that, what basically happens is they start fighting Scorpina and Goldar and the putties, but then Goldar and Scorpina manage to capture them, and then they manage to tie them to a tree, basically, and then Aisha called Scorpina like a witch because of the fact while they're tied to the tree, she and Adam can't reach their morphers, and then Goldar basically tells them that soon their friends will come to rescue them, and then that'll be the end of the Power Rangers. And then it goes into a scene where Billy and Kimberly and Mrs. Appleby are, and then they're saying that all three of them are saying that they're excited about the dance, and then Kimberly said that she's so happy that Adam managed to find a date for the dance, and then saying about that new girl supposedly being really nice, and then Mrs. Appleby wonders about what new girl, and then Kimberly said that she thinks her name is Sabrina, and then basically Mrs. Appleby explains to them that the last new girl they had at Angel Grove High was Aisha, and then that's when they get a little confused, and then Tommy and Rocky show up, and they're wondering where Adam is, because apparently he was supposed to work out with them, but he never showed. And then Billy explains to them that if he understood it correctly, he was gone on a hike with Aisha and Sabrina this afternoon. And then that's when Kimberly explains to them that something is really weird. And then basically what happens is, because Kimberly just tells them that Mrs. Appleby told them that there is no new girl named Sabrina at school, so they go to the command center to check this out, and then when they were in the command center and they look at the situation on the viewing globe, they see that Scorpina has Adam and Aisha tied to a tree, and then Kimberly gets shocked by that, and she says it's Scorpina, and then Rocky wonders who Scorpina is, and then basically all Tommy basically tells him is that she's bad news, and that he's lucky he hasn't had to deal with her yet. Oh my god, I'm sorry, but that's funny. Oh my god, because by this point, the only ones who have had to deal, the only Rangers in the red, yellow, and black that had to deal with Scorpina up until this point was Jason and Zach and Trini's characters in the series, and this is the first time the three new ones come into contact with them, so, and by the way, he said that, that's what I mean by that, anyway, and then they morph to their Ranger forms in order to help Rocky and Adam out of the situation Adam and Aisha out of the situation they're in, and then they teleport to the park, and then Tommy and Kimberly manage to fight some putties, and Billy manages to get Adam and Aisha free from the tree using his power lance, and then that's when Adam and Aisha morph to their Ranger forms to help the others fight, and then after that, Aisha tells Scorpina that she'll be sorry that she messed with her, and then basically what happens is, after that, Zedd makes both Scorpina and Goldar grow, and then basically, they fight them in their Megazord a little, and then while they're fighting, Goldar and Scorpina say to the Rangers that he who fights and, well, first Goldar says it and then Scorpina, well actually I think it's Scorpina that says it first and then Goldar finishes it, like she's like, he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day, so they manage to escape after that, and then after they escape and get back to the moon, Zedd gets a little upset with them because he's like, you had them right there, why didn't you destroy them? Next time, Power Rangers, next time you won't be so lucky. And then basically, the Rangers are trying to cheer Adam up. Kimberly's trying to cheer Adam up by telling her it could be worse. And then, basically, Tommy makes a joke that he could have been there with Scorpina the whole time. And then Adam basically explains that as long as he's got his friends, he's okay. And then that's when the girl that Adam was going to try to ask out at the midpoint of this episode, but didn't get a chance to because of the putties, showed up. He asks her if he wants to dance with him because she tells him that she didn't come here with anyone, and then she's saying that she'd love to, and then basically, then it goes into a funny scene with Bulk and Skull because, for most of this episode up until this point, they were receiving these little itty-bitty notes, as I mentioned, and the past couple of times, Ernie was the one giving them that, and when the girls showed up in the youth center, they hid behind Ernie's counter until they got away, so... And then basically, by this point, when Ernie finds out about the other note, he tells Bulk that he's got another secret note, and next time get a secretary because he quits. And then Skull says that he'll never escape Bulk and Skull, and then basically he reads the note and he says that you still have what you're looking for, turn around, and then the two girls show up, and then they're asking them if they got there, because they're wondering what they're doing there, and then they were asking if they got their little notes, and then Bulk said that they wrote that, and then Skull says all of them, and then basically, of course, and they still have what they've been looking for, and they don't know what they have that they would want, and they say true love, and they start dancing and kissing them, and that's basically where this episode stops. So if you guys like this video when I post it, I'm probably going to post it later today or sometime tomorrow. So whenever I post it, just please give this video the real best you guys can, and I will see you guys probably next time for the next video. So until then, guys, like I always tell you with this series, just please give this video the real best you guys can, and like I always tell you with this series, may the power protect you always.